Welcome everybody, we're here live on the set for the finale of Minecraft Survivor Celestial West. I mean, this season had everything. It had blindsides, alliances, live tribals, successful idle and advantage plays. I mean, heck, we even had a rock draw at the very first tribal council. And with a sold out crowd here tonight, we're here to crown one of the finalists, Andy, Jeffles, PokePat, and Stevie G, with the title of Sole Survivor. So let's get right into it. The finale of Minecraft Survivor Celestial West.
Allison, girl, it's been real. You know, we played this whole season together, and oh my god, I knew they weren't gonna give that to me. I knew they weren't gonna let me have one ally in the final four, have any sort of foot in the door. They keep pulling the rug out from under me, and you know, perhaps to Stevie G, but I'm still here. You can't get rid of me.
I'm stressed. Oh my god.
Just
There's just so much.
About being like in the final four, or like
Yeah. It's just a lot going on, man.
talk to me.
I don't want you out this next round. I like you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Surprising, right? Because it's like 3 blue against a brown, but like...
Andy, that like warms my heart. Yeah, you know, people keep saving me. They keep letting me get all the way to the end, and I'm here. I'm here. I've made finale, you know, and I've got my back against the wall. But you know, maybe that's the place to be. Maybe that's the new trendy spot, with your back against the wall. You got nowhere else to go but pushing outwards. Allison, I'm doing this for you.
So that tribal council, it was unfortunately an easy one because Stevie and I had literally no choice. Otherwise, we could not vote each other because obviously we're trying to go to the final 2 together. What I need to ask of you is to give it your all in this next challenge.
Thank
Please.
you so much.
Because you are such a strong challenge player, I am counting on you. I beg you, please win this one.
I'm trying so hard. I'm so scared though, because like I did not think I was ever gonna win an immunity this season, and the fact that I did is like miraculous.
Jeff has been playing us both. Of course, now I'm thinking Stevie could be playing me, but I have more incentive to trust Stevie, actually, because I've been hearing stuff about Jefferson from multiple angles, and it's making me, like, really nervous, and I just have to hope and pray he does not win this immunity.
I think I lose to everyone remaining in the game. But hey, we're chilling.
I don't think that's the outcome, but...
I mean,
irregardless,
I might beat Andy. I don't think I beat you.
Well, I don't know about that. I think you'd beat everybody, but I don't care. I want to go. You know, I'm gonna be real with you. I've played plenty of these games in my days. It's been a hot minute since I played one, but it's been a while. You know, Electro convinced me to come out of retirement.
Yeah.
Typically, I would not. Very rarely, if ever, go to the end with my final 2 if I thought that they were going to beat me. This is tricky, man, because literally it just comes down to Jeffles or Pokey. Which one do I think I could have a better chance at beating in the final 3 immunity, whatever it is? I would have just as good a chance beating them if I didn't even do the challenge. So it doesn't really matter which one I keep, I guess, because they're both probably going to beat me no matter what. Coming into this game, and obviously we can't go back on recordings, but the pregame interviews will show and everything, I wanted to play something different. And the fact that you were literally the first fucking person that I talked to. The first person. And we've made it all this way.
No, I'm very glad we have.
I probably have a better chance against Pokey, although I think I have a better chance against the jury than Jeffels. And that is what is alarming, because I don't know that Jeffels is going to take me to the end. I don't know. I don't know if that's I might be putting it down, but I don't know if he's picking it up. I am telling you right now, I'm good with you. Like, you got me. It literally is quite literally your decision on who you're taking to the end. But just know that if it's my decision and you're there, it's you. And I just want you to know that.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate that, Stevie.
Andy, I think, I don't know, man. She seems like she wants to go to the end, which is good. But then she's talking about, oh, but I feel bad because, like, he played such a good game and he really does deserve it. Like, huh? Bro, who cares? I do not care what is going on. Like, why? He could play the best game ever. But that's irrelevant to me because I want to win. I'm not rewarding you, huh? Like, what? Why would I do that? I'm in here all day, all night for nothing? Nah, I am not that bored. Like, I came here to fucking win, damn it. And that's what I'm gonna do. I want people to look up this season of Minecraft Survivor and think, damn, that motherfucker deserved to win.
My relationship with you and my relationship with Andy has just kind of proven that it's so good to just always be forgiving in these games.
Yeah.
Like, there's been times where I've played these and someone crossed me and I was so mad at them the entire time. It completely ate me up inside. And it just wasn't fun. I'm not even going to do my confessional about game talk. Everyone else is going to do it. That's boring. I had a really nice chat with Stevie. Or Steve. Him. And, we connected on a really personal level. And if I win the final 3, I'm going to tell him that I'm going to put him on that bench out of just pure respect. Because quite frankly, Andy has been following my lead. And I made the alliance with Andy prior to making the alliance with Stevie, really. But I'm really happy that, like, despite the Panda thing, despite the, both in the pre-merge and the merge, and despite the fact that we may have not been on the same page the entire time, we have gotten to this point.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful, so...
Me too. I'm glad. Because, I would, hold it against people too. And, I'm not about that no more. It's a lot more fun to play this way.
I need to step up and I need to perform in this challenge. If I screw this up, then I think that, me and Andy are going to have to play damage control. And I don't want that. I want to win this challenge. I want that podium to be the 2 people that I cared about the most in this game.
Welcome, Eclipse Tribe, to the next immunity challenge. But first, PokePet, could I please have the necklace back?
Sure thing, Happy.
Thank you. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. In today's immunity challenge, castaways will be going back and forth with arrows shooting at them. The main goal of this challenge is to bring back blocks to their station in order to replicate the rocket ship. Castaways can only bring back 4 blocks at a time. The first castaway to successfully mirror their rocket ship at their station will win immunity. Now let's get into today's challenge. Survivors ready.
Oh wait, I'm not ready. I'm ready now.
Go. Field challenge. You have to make sure to avoid the arrows at the same time while doing parkour and also remembering what blocks to place down.
Oh, what the fuck?
PokePat comes back with his block, same with Jeffels, Stevie G, and Andy. Andy's still up. Andy makes it to the other side. Seems like PokePat and Jeffels are basically dead even right now. some strategy behind this. See if everyone figures it out.
Oh,
I think Andy just got shot or Pokepet.
No, I just fell. I'm just that bad.
Oh,
That is the wrong way.
oh wait, I just picked up too many.
it's okay. Just drop one and then you're good. Everyone is very even right now.
Fuck these stupid shelters.
The thing I'm most surprised about is there's not a lot of lag.
Oh, you do.
Do I have to place these all down? Okay, I'm just gonna do
You
that.
can place them. Yeah, you could do that.
God damn it. God, I'm holding like 5 arrows.
How did you get arrows?
I don't know. Actually, I have
How'd you
30.
pick 'em up?
I have 32. Okay, I have like 64. I have a lot of arrows.
How are you managing to pick them up?
You know, to be honest, don't really know.
So, a lot of interesting strategies here.
Where'd the other one go? What the heck? Ah, it's up there.
Done.
No, Jeffels is wrong.
Now?
Still wrong.
What?
Thank God Electro's here. I wouldn't have noticed.
Now?
That is still wrong.
What? Are you sure that you said the right thing when you were mirroring?
Yep, I'm sure.
How about now?
You are still wrong.
Can I get a check?
Pokey, you are wrong.
Okay.
What the heck am I doing?
Can I get another check?
I think Pokey's right. Yep, Pokey's right.
All right.
Oh my
With
gosh.
that, Pokey wins Final Four
Wait,
immunity.
I want to see this. I show me this.
Congratulations, Pokey. Can grab immunity once again.
Thank you.
And with that, Pokepet has a 1 in 3 shot of winning this game. So the rest of you, I cannot say the same. Everyone, head back to camp.
I never could have imagined coming full circle from, the first challenge. My tribe put me up against Jeffels for the tie-breaking point, and I failed so miserably. And we went to one of the craziest tribals ever, and we had to draw rocks at the first tribal council. And to come to Final Four and be in the same position where Jeffels, he's a few feet ahead of me, he's winning the race, and then I'm the one who comes from behind and I clutch up the immunity challenge win.
Yeah, I'm voting Jeff.
I'm voting Jeff, yeah.
There's
Hey.
literally no fucking scenario in which I'm gonna want to vote out Andy.
Yeah.
There's
No,
no reason to vote out Andy.
I have a chance to win this. I never thought I would be the person to go on an immunity run. but I set myself up in the perfect position that it was possible, that I was with people that I could beat in the final 3 community challenge. And all I have to do is beat Andy and beat Stevie G in a final immunity challenge. And if I can do that, I can take Andy to the end, I can sell my case to the jury, and I can win this game.
It's Jefferson. It has to be Jefferson, okay?
Jeff tonight. Like,
Please.
100%. No, I'm not
100%.
else. Like, it makes no sense for me when he's the biggest like challenge competitor here.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, I know you and Stevie are like this anyways, so
Yeah.
I don't even care that Andy and Stevie were using me this round. You know, they were talking to me and they were like, we want you to win this challenge. And I'm like, I want to win this challenge too. But, you know, if they want me to be the person to win so that they can take out Jeffels, then you're fighting 2 evils here. You're either got to beat me or you got to beat Jeffels in the final 3. And looks like you're going to be facing off against me.
It's been a difficult journey, man. I'm pretty emotionally exhausted, or mentally exhausted, I should say. I've just been having to talk my way out of every single hole. Every single time I thought my game was over, I've been able to talk myself out of it. And it would be really, 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 really disappointing to lose because I am not good at the game of Minecraft. It would really suck to get voted out because I couldn't win an immunity because I just suck shit.
Jeff hasn't even like reached out to me to talk, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, I have a vote this round too, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well, he
it's
told me
final 4.
he's like they're gonna try to make it to where it's you and I in fire, and I was like, well,
What?
Jeff, if you wanted us to make it to the end, you and I could just vote together, and then we won't both be in fire because that's not how the math works. And he was just like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Jeff's all depressed because he lost at the challenge, I guess. Irregardless, I've been having a great time, and I'm by no means ever gonna throw in the towel. I think I gotta get rid of Jeffel. I probably have a better chance of beating Andy, but I don't know. Andy could catch some votes. Because I don't know if Andy's had any votes this entire season, which I haven't either. But if Andy hasn't, then that don't really mean much.
Here's the thing. Stevie tried to get me to do you,
Oh. Well, yeah, duh.
but like I don't want to do that. As much as it breaks my heart to have to go against him in fire making.
Yeah.
But like, if you do vote me off here, PokePat is going to win his way to the final and win the game.
Yeah.
Okay, if you would have told me that upon reaching, the final 4 challenge, that my IQ would be reduced to a single-digit value, then I wouldn't have believed you. But anyway, I'm probably screwed. But if I'm going to get out of this, then I'm going to get out of it on my own terms. I haven't been the perfect spectacle of truth when playing this game, but I don't want to lie. I don't need to lie here. We have played kind of relatively we've basically played together, and so
Yeah.
we have a better shot against each other than any of us do PokePat. Because imagine coming back from that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's very nonsensical to vote him at this point. Please keep me. Like, I'm on my knees. begging.
You're my number 1. You're still my number 1.
You've been my number 1 this entire game, and nothing has
Yeah,
changed
you
for that.
too.
I literally study theology. I've spent years studying the discernment between truth and lies, and I've watched so many people that I care about make choices that end up bringing them nothing but ruin. And with that in mind, even in a stupid, silly game like this, the last thing that I'm going to do is sit here and let someone walk off a cliff. You are very well liked by the jury, I'm pretty sure.
Am I?
Yeah. I mean, definitely more than the other 3, because, like, Stevie has kind of burnt people, so he would want to take you over Stevie, because Stevie was
Yeah,
kind of
you're right.
hopping back and forth in the middle. I think that just because I was like calm streaking towards the end, I'm gonna lose. No, I'm probably gonna lose the final vote no matter what, but that doesn't really matter to me. The last thing I want this game to end on is us two betraying each other after everything we did. That would be that would be the most horrific thing of all time. I don't want that. Andy's over here in my messages getting emotional and telling me about the things the others have said about me, and I'm no stranger to being lied about. And the most I can do is give the truth and hope that it sticks, because I need her to trust me if we're going to get to the end. And if I'm gonna stay in, then I do have to fight for the truth, because I will absolutely not be happy with being dragged down right before the end after all that I've done, after all, me just pouring myself into these people, because someone else chose to believe a lie.
I quite obviously am gonna be voting Jeff.
Yeah.
There's not really anything else that needs to be discussed beyond that, at least from my end.
Yeah.
And other than just, we need to turn the fuck up and make it to, we need to win this next challenge. Holy shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
I see two paths. I can go with Andy or I can go with Jeff. I think if I'm in the final 2 against Jeff, I can win. And I think if I go to the final 3 with Jeff and Pokey, they're both going to want to take me to the end. If I go with Andy, I have to win that challenge. It has to be me.
Can we win against Pokey? Pokey is so strong.
It depends on what the challenge is. If the challenge if you have to be good at Minecraft, then it's a fucking wrap. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm good at Survivor, not Minecraft. That's why I didn't know it was a Minecraft game like this. So,
Oh my god.
know. Andy and I are definitely the worst performers this season. And so that's where I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, damn, should I keep Jeff? Should I do it? But to be honest, I haven't had a vote against me this entire season, and I got a really strong suspicion that Jeff is gonna throw that first vote at me. Because I was trying to talk to him about Final 2, and he was just like, I don't know, he wasn't having it. So I'll have to see how Tribal goes, but right now I really have no fucking clue what I'm about to do.
Just please vote for Stevie here. I'm begging you.
Okay.
Do you have any qualms with that? Like, you can level with me. I'll completely respect your honesty.
I'm nervous about going against you in the final 2, I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous. Because you're such a strong player in so many ways. You're so good at social, you're so good at challenges, you're smart, you're likable, and I'm nervous. Okay, it's all coming down to me now, apparently. Stevie's set on voting Jeff, and Jeff is set on voting Stevie, and Pokepat is obviously going to vote Jeff, because I don't think I can even swing him another way, so I'm scared. I need to decide which one is better for my game. I don't think I'll be solid on anything until Tribal, honestly.
Oh, don't tell me that. Oh.
I'm sorry.
No.
Please thinking.
Don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that.
I have to think about it. I have to talk to Stevie, and I have to think, and
I'm going home. Oh my gosh! After all that,
I'm thinking.
Please.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I'm not solid. I promise you. I'm not solid yet on anything. Would I win if I went against Jefferson, or would I even manage to survive the final 3 of the other 2? I just have to think, and I have to decide. I don't know if I'll even be able to before Tribal, but I have to figure it out quick, because there's no time.
Now welcoming the members of the jury. J1, Panda, Corkager, Oxy, and Allison voted off at last Tribal Council. Welcome, Final 4 to Tribal Council. Only a couple votes away into the Final 2. So, Pokepat, how does it feel to win immunity once again to punch your ticket into the Final 3?
Happy. I am the last remaining person from my tribe to be in this game, and I knew that was do or die for me. I have not come this far, to just give up just yet, and I told myself before going into the season that I was going to give it my everything, and this is me giving it my everything. And so, I have a feeling that this is going to be a final 2, and that after this there's only one more tribal council for us to get to the end. So let's do it.
All right, Jeffels, it feels like you have quite an opposite reaction to that. What is your thought process right now coming into this tribal council?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm shattered. I'm completely shattered. I had one chance and I threw it away. Like, doesn't that suck to hear? And I can't really like ask for sympathy because that was in my ballpark. You know, I screwed that up. But I have faith in one person in this room, and you know who you are. That maybe I'll be given one more shot. And if I'm given one more shot, I'm gonna make it count for me and my closest ally.
Andy, we're at the final
Yeah.
four, so it should go without saying everyone here has at least a final two deal, if not with everybody. So, what are you thinking about what's going to happen tonight?
It's a rough tribal. This is possibly the most stressful tribal of them all. I can't. We can't even like joke and laugh like we usually do when we're waiting on people to vote. It's I don't know what will go down at this tribal. It's gonna break someone, I think, and I don't like that it has to be this way.
All right, last but not least, Stevie G.
Yes, sir.
How stressful is this vote, even though there's only 4 people remaining?
Huh. You know, it's funny when this game first starts and you see there being like 14 people, 7 per tribe. You think that that's going to be the most strategizing you do because there's more people there. It's actually, the farther you get along, the more strategy, the more stress, the more anxiety, fear, paranoia, every single negative adjective you can throw, it's going to stick. This shit is crazy. This vote for every single person here determines whether or not they have a real chance at winning this game. And we haven't been able to say that yet.
All right. Well, with that, PokePet, you're up.
Andy, please don't screw this up.
Oh my god, I hate this so much, but I think I've made my decision.
Andy, let's hope that you got a good head on your shoulders.
Go tally the votes. I have the votes. No advantages can be played at this time. I will read the votes. First vote. Jeffels.
1.
Jeffels. Stevie.
Yeah, there it is.
That's alright.
Last vote. Is for Stevie. We are tied. So that will mean CVG,
Andy, you are my favorite person on planet Earth.
Jeffels will be going to fire.
Good luck, Stevie. I did not want to do this, man.
That's fine.
Welcome to Fire Making. In this challenge, the tied players will go in a head-to-head showdown. The goal of this challenge is to correctly get the right amount of materials in order to get a piece of iron and flint. Using those materials, they will create a flint and steel. The first player to light the torch ahead of them will move on to the next stage of the game. Survivors ready. Go.
Sorry, man.
With that, Jeff
Damn,
will
CB.
moves on, and CVG becomes our sixth member of the jury.
I'll be honest.
I'm
There's a
sorry.
lot. There's a lot of ways to play this game. Using the mental health card as a way to get
Stevie,
yourself into the
Stevie,
end is a pretty pathetic, sad excuse
Stevie.
to play the game.
Stevie.
All right, CVG, bring me your torch.
I went through so much bullshit in this stupid game, man. My god, this thing took 10 years off my life. Oh well, I'm not salty. It is what it is, man. I'm surprised I even made it this far for someone who doesn't even know how to play
I'm
Minecraft.
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I don't care. Don't talk to me.
All right, and with that, CVG, the tribe has spoken.
Yes,
Time
sir.
for you to go.
All right. Is there a cliff I can jump off of?
And for you three, congratulations to making it to the final three, where the three of you will compete in the final immunity challenge. I wish you all luck. Go back to camp.
Yeah. Can all three of us talk together?
Yeah.
Please. I'd like to.
You know, I have never went through so much bullshit in my entire life trying to make sure that I survive. I fought blood, sweat, and tears every single tribal. I didn't have immunity once. All I can say is I had a conversation with my girlfriend before I started playing this game. And I said, you know, I would rather do really well and lose the first season and get invited back for a returnee season and win that one. So we got step 1 done. We'll see if step 2 happens.
So I was in the dumps, and the reason I was in the dumps was because I thought I was about to leave this game because all the people that I've spent the past like 16 hours or so investing in, all these people I've tried to build up and just make smile. I thought that I was going to go home because of a lack of trust. Not because I lost the challenge, but because of a lack of trust. And I was put between a rock and a hard place. Do I want to vote with Andy or do I want with Stevie to try to save myself? And Andy, stuck out her hand for me, and I'm here now because of her.
It may not have been super clear why I decided to make the choice I did to keep Jeffels, but I had to think it through. It's basically, I know I'm getting to the final 2, regardless of what I do or who I take, because everyone wants to take me. They think they can beat me, which is fine, but it comes down to a matter of who I can beat at the final 2. Do I want to guarantee myself about like a 50-50-ish shot? Maybe like a 40-60? I don't know. Jeffels probably will beat me, but we played the game together.
I have been graced with one more shot to take this home. And honestly, I think I lose to Andy, and that's okay. Andy deserves to win. And I think she'll have an easier time against me than Pokey. Am I going to try? I'm going to try, but expect me to be praising my number 1 ally to that jury because he really deserves it.
I don't even know what to say because I did not expect any of that. I had Andy coming up to me at the start of this round saying, "Oh, I want Jeffels out. I want Jeffels out so badly. I want you to win this immunity challenge so that all 3 of us can gang up on him and send him packing." And then she blindsides us and votes for Stevie G at the final 4 tribal council, and then he has to go up against Challenge God Jeffels in a fire-making match where he doesn't know how to put flint and iron together to make flint and steel. Like, I'm literally sitting there trying to explain it to him.
Realistically, my best move would be to bring Stevie with me, but the thing that is that I have to beat Pokepat in the final 3 challenge, and I'm not a strong challenge player, and Stevie is definitely not a strong challenge player. So I decided I would keep my word to Jeffels about us sticking it out to the final 2.
Here I am in the final 3, all by myself. And, it's not looking good for me, to be honest, because my luck's kind of run out. So if I don't win this final immunity challenge, I could pack my bags because I'm walking out that door.
I'll be honest,
I'm
there's a
sorry.
lot of ways to play this game. Using the mental health card as a way to get
Stevie,
yourself into the
Stevie,
end is
Stevie.
a pretty pathetic, sad excuse to
Stevie.
play the game.
I don't like that Stevie said that. I really don't. And if any of you think that that's the truth, I implore you. I cannot implore you anymore. That's not. And I really got nothing else to say. Like, Stevie, if you're watching this, I love you. I hate that things went down this way. I am not using anything like that as a ploy. But I gotta put all that aside. Lock in, hope and pray that I can perform. And we got this. So let's win this final immunity.
Welcome, Final 3, to your final immunity challenge. PokePet, could I please have the necklace back?
Oh, girl, wish me luck. I'm gonna need it.
And with that, let's get to the last immunity challenge. In today's final immunity challenge, castaways will be going into 4 different stations, each station partaking in a different challenge. At the end of each challenge, the castaways will receive their colored wool block. Once all 4 stations are completed, the castaway will make a bridge over to the lever. The first castaway to flick the lever will win immunity. Now let's get into today's challenge. For final immunity and a chance to make it into the final 2 and to pitch your case to the jury, survivors ready, go. Seems like all 3 are starting with the replication picture puzzle. Or not really puzzle, but just a replication. Seems like PokePet and Jeffles have the same strategy, Andy going with a different strategy.
Save me, McDonald's.
It's right, the picture will change. All 3 of them. Jeffles, PokePet. Yeah, no, it's good. You go.
Oh. God damn. I didn't realize that changed.
And then everyone is at the last picture bit. This one is a little bit more tricky than the McDonald's sign.
Oh,
So you have to
shit,
be
wait.
careful and pay attention. It is very late in the night, so someone could easily mess up. Tell how concentrated everyone is because of how quiet it is. It could be a combination of tiredness plus stress.
Oh.
Remember, even if someone completes this first, that means it's still not over. Still 3 sections to do.
Oi.
Jeffles is right. He has his first wool block. He's moving on to a different section. Jeffles is now doing the bow and arrow. Both PokePet and Andy are correct. Seems like they're
I
both
like that
going
it said
for the
that
minecart.
Eclipse was checking.
Oh my gosh, of course.
Oh, excellent.
It's a learning curve to the bow and arrow bit. Jeffles needs 2 more buttons. Pokepet needs 6 more buttons. Same with Andy, 6 more buttons. Jeffles, you need to hit the button on the dispenser, Jeffles. And then once you do, the will block will shoot out, and then you can go grab it. Jeffles gets his second block. Jeffles is moving on to the third section. Jeffles is going to the maze. Seems like he's going to do a whole round trip. Jeffles trying to figure his way out into the maze. It's a little tricky. Pokepack gets his second block. And he's still trying to get her second block. Jeffles still trying to figure out the way to get into the chest area. Jeffles gets into the chest area. He has his third block. He now has to head back out and figure out how to get out.
God.
I believe that reaction means Andy got her second block, question mark? Yeah, I was right. Seems like Jeffles is in the lead by 1. Pokepat is trying to figure his way into the chest room area. Jeffles is making his way to the final section. Pokepat's still trying to and Andy's still trying to find the third block. Andy gets to the third block.
Now the question is
there,
how
is
to
there
get
something
out.
I'm missing here, Happy?
Nope. You have to figure out a way to get it across.
That's not the way out.
Jeffel gets it across. All he has to do is not fail here.
I'm so stuck.
You got this.
Oh my gosh.
Jeffel gets his final block.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck this game.
Oh my.
Boring ass season.
With that, Jeffels
Oh
wins
my gosh,
final
let's
immunity.
Yay!
Congratulations, Jeffels, on winning final immunity. Come get the immunity necklace.
Thank you. So...
All right. And with that, Jeffels has a spot into FTC where he can pitch his case to the jury. We'll see who will join him. Everyone, go back to camp.
The amount of relief that just washed over me.
Yeah, that's
Like, for once
That's
in
fair.
my life, I did not fall short at the very end. Oh my gosh, thank you.
I'm so proud of you. You did that so well.
I won, which is really nice. And I probably should be a lot more excited than I am. But I know that the route Andy and I took to get here has definitely made some people very unhappy. And honestly, I can't really avoid that. And so if people have like a personal issue with me that I know for a fact isn't true, whoever it may be and whatever that issue may be, like, why am I being so down about it? I should not be down about it. I accomplished my goal. I got to the end of my number 1 ally. I'm satisfied. I'm really satisfied.
I kind of figured that I would be taken either way. Because I know you're taking me, but also Pokey would probably take me because you're more of a threat.
I wouldn't even make a pitch. I'd be take Andy. At that rate. I'm not gonna lie, Andy. I think you're gonna win, but that's okay with me.
I don't know. We'll see. Somehow I made it this far, and I think we all know that Jeffels is going to take me. That's just kind of how it played out. We both played a very safe game. We didn't do very many big moves unless they were with groups, and it's unfortunate, but I think neither of us really had big moves in mind. We just wanted to be entertaining and we wanted to have fun, and I think the goal for my game and hopefully for Jefferson's game, is that I think we succeeded at it. I think we had a good run. I feel bad with what PokePet's saying too about this being like the most boring season or something, but I think he's
I'm not gonna
just
lie. It's just
expressing.
kind of like I get it. We've
Yeah.
played extremely under the radar.
Yeah.
I plan to present to the jury not like my game, but like our game, and
Yeah.
then they can just pick whoever.
I don't really mind who wins in the final two. I'd be happy with Jefferson winning. I'd be happy with me winning, obviously. But I guess we'll just have to see what goes down. I really don't know what the jury will think. I feel like it's a toss-up. Jefferson keeps telling me he thinks it'll be me, but I really don't know.
I'm upset that I didn't bring the right people to the end to make for an entertaining winner. And I wanted this season to really end and, you know, have a flashy or a chaotic or like a fun winner, and, you know, kind of flipped that up when Andy voted for Stevie instead of and I know he is over the moon right now, and we've like swapped places basically, where he is, you know, super happy and I'm super defeated. Jeffels, I think you are an amazing person, but in this game, I do not want to give my vote to either of you.
That's valid. I understand.
And I honestly might go up to that jury booth and I might say, put me like at like a number between 1 and 10.
Maybe what we end up saying will change that.
You know, I just thought that like after putting so much of my like time and energy and trying to do this, that like I thought I'd be able to pull it out, but now I have to vote for one of them. Like I don't want to vote for either of them to win this game, and that's what is the most upsetting about it. It's not about even losing for me, but about the fact that I'm gonna pull through for the rest of the people who probably don't want to have to vote for these people either.
Now introducing the members of the jury. J1, Panda, Corkager, Oxy, Allison, and Stevie G voted off at last tribal council. Welcome final 3 to the final vote off before FTC. Jeffels, how does it feel to win the final immunity of the season?
It's very bittersweet because on one end, I have won, and I've won the final challenge, and I'm going to be in the final 2. But on the other hand, I know that there's someone sitting here who has put probably just as much of their heart into this as I have, and I really don't like the fact that I have to take that away from someone. But that's pretty much it.
PokePet, unfortunately, you came up short. So, what is your feel? What are you feeling right now?
I feel like I'm sitting next to someone who told me they don't want to win this game, and someone who told me to vote for the person that doesn't want to win this game, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get voted out here, but I know I'm getting voted out. I know that's for sure.
Last but not least, Andy.
Yeah.
We've all been through a lot to get to this point, so how does it feel to have this last vote off happen?
I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I mean, it's nice to be here. I mean, like, I was never playing to win. It is nice to be here. I do feel bad for all the people who played to win and that they missed their opportunity to be here, but I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I guess that's just how the game rolls sometimes.
All right, and with that, it's time to vote. Jeffels, you're going to be the only person voting at this tribal council. So, Jeffels, you're up.
I think this is obvious. I just want you to know that you played very well. It is an honor to be able to write your name down in this book.
I'll go tally the vote. I have the vote. I will read the sole vote the last member of the jury. The 12th person voted off, and the last member of our jury. PokePat, please bring me your torch.
It was fun.
Me, you finally got me.
I'm sorry, but it took
Alright,
us
alright,
it took us so
alright.
many rounds to get you.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing PokePat, but the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Good luck, guys. Please give it your all.
I will.
Thank you.
I
We will for you.
And with that, congratulations, Final Two. Jeffels, Andy, you two will have a chance to pitch your case to the jury as to why you should win the title of Sole Survivor. We'll see you soon. You two can go back to camp.
I fought tooth and nail to get here, and I'm proud of myself and all my accomplishments. And I think I've taken away a lot from this experience. A little bummed about the way I went out, but you know, sometimes that happens and you can't do anything about it. So all you gotta do is take a bow and exit.
I've made the final two, which is amazing. You know, I have a 50% chance to win this game. And at this point, it's not about, you know, what is my, you know, my best move to make, what is the smartest thing for me, yada yada. Because in the end, you know, as much as, you know, Andy is great, in this final tribal, you know, she is my opponent. And I am not going to, you know, I'm not going to throw away my chance at winning to, you know, butter people up. And so at this point, I know that some of the jury might have some choice words for me. Do I think those choice words are legitimate? Partially. And so, you know, is it true that I kind of played from the shadows? Yes. But I also managed to get everything I wanted to happened.
I made it to Final Two. I honestly was not expecting to make it this far when I signed up, but I'm happy with where I stand. I'm happy with the way I played the game, even though some people don't agree. I'm happy with how I played and where I got to, and I'm proud to be here. Gosh, there was so much going on at Final Four. I feel like I didn't articulate it properly, but it's over now, and we'll see where things go, I guess.
You know, I think I have a solid chance to take it home. It's really just, is the jury open to listening to me? And is the jury, you know, are their ears open or are their ears shut? And it really just kind of depends on that. If they are willing to, you know, learn the truth of what has happened, or if they are, you know, just going to stick to their perception of things and not really utilize this questioning to obtain more information. You know, I'm really happy I made it. It's been a wild ride from start to finish. You know, the first tribal I went to, I blew up the entire tribe accidentally, and I had to recover from that, and now I'm here. And I think I played great. I'm not gonna lie, I think I did pretty good. And, you know, if this final tribal goes my way, I think I have a really big shot to take it home.
Welcome, Final Two, to Final Tribal Council. Once again, I want to congratulate both of you, Jeffels and Andy, for making it this far. This was no easy feat whatsoever, especially with this cast in this season. So, first things first, we're going to start off with opening speeches. So, Jeffels, you're up.
You know, I definitely played this game, you know, with my heart first and foremost. You know, I could go on and on about that, but I'll save it more so for the end since I think it just kind of ties everything together nicely. But, you know, before that, I want to be able to talk about, you know, how I played this game. I'd say both, like, physically and strategically dominant the whole way through, while also being, you know, present socially. Since I don't really have a strategy for that, I just kind of talk and hope I make a positive impact on people, but it's up to you guys to really determine if I was good socially, because, you know, that kind of thing is a two-way street. But I quickly made myself present as a physical threat in this game. But, besides that, my physicality only really saved me at the fire making duel and the final 3 challenge. So I do think it was a lot more so other factors that allowed me to get to this spot. And, this was due to the fact that I positioned myself very well. And, for any scenario, and most of all, I had an extremely strong bond with my closest ally over there, who is sitting next to me right now. But, I'll get into the specifics throughout the questions you guys ask me. But just for now, thank you for playing with me, and I hope I can, shed some light on the game I played. And I hope that you guys will, respect me in the game I played, alongside the fact that I believe Andy and I's games are intertwined, at least a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I want this to be more of an open opportunity for us to, discuss things rather than just open and shut. So if I get something wrong, feel free to. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jeffels. Andy, you're up.
Hello, Jerry. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, I agree that Jefferson and I's games have been pretty intertwined. I feel like I played a very socially, first and foremost. I may not have been the strongest challenge player, but I was never a weak link when it came to tribal challenges. But my strong suit came from my social game. As far as I know, and feel free to correct me, I've never had my name written down ever, and I've been able to fly under the radar throughout the game while still playing strategically. I made a couple of dynamic moves along with a group. For example, I found the merge idol clue when we went to reward, and we were able to find that and use that at merge. So some of you have said before that I have played this game safe, and I'm not going to deny that. You would be absolutely right. I don't want to lie and try and get out of what might be a disadvantage, because I think that would be dishonest. But playing it safe means I also played smart, and I think that that's what's important, because if you had been in my position, maybe you would have made a move, maybe you would have flipped sooner, but this is what got me to the end, and flipping might not have gotten me to where I am now, and because I was able to play it the way that I chose, which was as honestly as possible and as loyally as I could in order to get to the end, I would not be where I am here. So take that as you will. I understand if playing it safe means that you would rather not vote me, and I completely respect that. I trust that you guys will make the best choice.
All right, with opening speeches done, we're now going to get to the jury questions. So we're going to start things first with our first member of the jury, J1. You're up.
I want to focus on one question, and it's relating to you, Andy. You've had a couple statements where you've said you're not really here to win, and it's mentioned several times, so I just would like to hear you explain what you mean by that, because now we're at the point where we're just picking a winner.
I appreciate that question, actually. I was hoping someone would ask about this, because I've been wanting to talk about that. I want to be careful saying this, because I don't want it to sound like I'm taking this back. If it sounds like that at all, please cut me off. I feel like I may have misphrased it when I was talking about that. I don't want it to sound like I'm taking that back, because I did say that. And what I meant when I said I don't want to win is that that's not my goal for being here, ultimately. Of course, I want to win. Everyone who is here wants to win. It would just be silly to not want to win. But my goal for being here, I didn't sign up to win. Of course, I'm here. I want to win, but that was not the reason I signed up. I signed up to make it fun for myself and for everyone around me. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. So you meant it more in a winning isn't everything type of way.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Okay. Yeah, that answers my question.
Thank you, J1. Panda, you're up.
Okay, before I ask my question, I just want to say I do respect you both as people. I think you're both great people. But as players, I'm not really sure. Because watching the game, I think you both played very scared most of the time. You kind of just stuck with our original tribe. So I want y'all, I know you have been positive this whole season, but I want you to be negative just for a couple seconds and tell me one specific reason why the person next to you should lose.
So this is not meant to be taken in any offensive way, but From my perspective, it really seems like that I was the figurehead, the person making all the decisions between me and Andy's alliance with what we were going to do and how we were going to do things. I was kind of in charge of all of that, and I had a lot of influence because of that. The only exception to this is Final Four, where I did have to rely on Andy's vote to stay in the game.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't think of a response to your question. I don't want to try and bullshit something for you.
Okay.
It might just be because I'm nervous, but I don't want to bullshit an answer. I know Jefferson did play more strongly than me, more dominantly, and that also has negatively impacted his game. I know he's pissed off a lot of people, and I don't think I pissed anyone off except for at Final Four, but Jefferson did piss off a lot of people with the way that he unfortunately did lie to people more than I did, and he played more sides than I did, and that ended in some people having some very harsh words for him. And I don't think that people have had animosity against me except for at Final Four. That was the one exception. And Final Four was a turbulent time.
Thank you, Panda. Corkager, you're up.
I know the jury wants their moment, but I disagree with a lot of what they had to say, especially in relation to you, Jeff, because I don't think you played it safe. I don't think you played similar to Andy, even though you might have voted similarly. You played a lot differently. And I don't think you played scared, because you went out there and you won immunity challenges, which that takes guts. That puts a target on you. And you found advantages and made your voice heard. So I really respect your game, Jeff. So I want to give you a chance to shed lights on your game. So I want you to talk about a move that you made in the game that's unique to you, some strategic move you made. I want you to give me your thought process behind it and tell me how it benefited your game.
So the first move that I'd say benefited me very well was in the pre-merge. It was Nadia's vote, and I knew that there were a lot of votes on potentially people were going to maybe vote for Oxy, and I also knew that there were numbers on Nadia. And so knowing that I wasn't really in any imminent danger, I voted in the minority intentionally in order to keep the trust with those people in the minority that wanted to work with me, since the only people that voted with me on that vote were Andy and Nadia ended up going home. Despite the fact that I voted for Panda, I knew Nadia was going home.
Nicely done, Jeff. I really love your game. I think you played hard, and I really hope you win.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Corey.
Good luck, Andy. You should be more confident in your game, because I don't think you played it safe either or scared. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you, Corkager. Oxy, you're up.
Both of you played it relatively safe throughout the entire game. So my question to you is, what is in one scenario where you put yourself out there, you made a risk, you did something that, that could have put you in danger, but it didn't? How am I going to vote for someone game where the game is essentially about voting out your allies and voting out people in not blindside ways, but in ways that put you at risk of other people's opinions?
So when we merged, I started off by, winning that first challenge. And at the first round, I ended up using that safety that I had to get a lot of people to do what I wanted to do in order so that, both a vote revealer, a vote blocker, and idol were all, played. And I knew what was happening in each of those. And I had a huge say in what was happening there. And then the round after, I, tried to, eat my own. We were voting out someone from our tribe. And I remember I told this to you, I was very surprised my name wasn't out there. Like, it was almost scary to me that my name wasn't out there, because I had been talking a lot. And, besides that, I also ended up voting you out at the final 6 without telling my allies. And Stevie over there did the same thing as well without my knowledge. And, that would have put me in the bad graces of a lot of people had that not happen. So I did do a lot of, risky things. At Final Four, I basically banked my entire game on the trust I had with my allies. Despite winning a lot of the early challenges and establishing myself as a threat, I managed to lose both Final 5 and Final 4 and still, scrape by. And so, there were times I did play it safe, but I do think that there were a lot of times where I did play risky. It was just more so hidden.
I was never in imminent danger. Like I said in my opening statement, I don't think my name has ever been written down. So I don't think my name was out there very much. So I've never been in imminent danger. But there were a few times when I had to make a decision on what would take me further. I would say the most important one of these would be Final Four. I was caught between two opposing sides, and I had to decide which one would actually take me further. And I was pretty swayed to the side that I wouldn't have been able to continue on. But it was between voting off Stevie and voting off Jefferson. And Jefferson had been my ally this whole game. But I had convinced myself that he was trying to play me and that he was playing an incredibly big brain game and that he was going to turn on me at the end. And the other idea was to vote him off at Final Four and to go with Stevie and Pokepat. But I realized I was voting with my emotion, not with my logic. If I had voted off Jefferson, then who's gonna win? Who is going to win Final 3? It's not gonna be me or Stevie, and I couldn't guarantee that Pokepat would take me. Great, I'm thinking.
Very blunt about both your statements. Neither of them answered my question.
Yeah.
So, therefore, I really have nothing to base my vote off, just based on base gameplay. So, good luck, you guys. Hope you guys do well. Don't be nervous. It's Minecraft. You got it. I believe in you. All right, bye.
Thanks, Oxy. Allison, you're up.
Seems like you guys played pretty similar games, but I don't really want to hear about, oh, he was my closest ally, I was loyal, whatever. I don't care about that. For my vote, I want you to get vicious, and I want you to tell me what you did better that the other person didn't do. And especially Jefferson, please don't talk about your physicality. I do not care about that. Talk about something else.
I would like to bring up the fact that I was, well, first of all, just starting from the pre-merge, I had everyone in my tribe wanting to work with me. I had, Stevie and Panda both wanting to work with me. I had Andy and Nadia both wanting to work with me. I had, and I also had Oxy, and we were close. We were making a lot of decisions. And going into the merge, I was able to use a lot of those connections to get exactly what I wanted to happen. When Andy shared the merge idol clue with me, we went and found it. I found it, I gave it to her, and then because I heard that apparently her name actually was out there, it was either her or Oxy at that first vote. I gave it to her and I said, if it's you, save yourself. And then I learned later from Panda that he had a vote revealer on him, and so I formulated a plan, and I went and I got Panda to play that vote revealer, and then I went and I got Andy to play that idol on whoever came up in that vote revealer, which was Oxy. And so I did play a very strategical game. I engineered an entire move. After that entire move, after that I helped engineer a move to get Panda out, and then from there I just went and did what was best for me, because I believe that Corkaker was, as much as I love him, I'm pretty sure he was plotting against me. Oxy was too threatening to my game to keep around, and then from that I just kind of played from a really dominant position. Does that answer your question?
Not really, because that wasn't my question, but it's okay. I'll just ask Andy, and if you impress me, you might get my vote.
I think the key difference between my game and Jefferson's game is that it feels like Jefferson was kind of always out there, both in a good way, but also in a bad way. Because I remember hearing almost every round that he was a threat, and his name was always out there, I feel, and I'm honestly surprised that he didn't get voted out, just based on how many people were always talking about him. My name was out once, he was right, but I think that I played well, in that I played a different social game. I was not a dominant player like he was, but I still was able to get people to want me on their side. Does that make sense?
I think you answered it a little bit better, so I guess, yeah.
Thank you, Allison. Stevie G, you're up.
Jeffels, you made a point that nobody wanted to target you, or there were plenty of times in the game where you were shocked that nobody wanted to target you, even though you were a big threat. It wasn't true. We talked about voting you out all the time. You just kept winning immunities or had a bunch of advantages or idols, and so it was impossible to vote you out. Andy, you said that you voted me out over a strategical move instead of emotional. I would argue that it was the opposite way around. It brings me a lot of confusion and shock to learn that you voting me out was your strategical move. That is surprising to me. That within itself just has me pretty confused. The comment about doubling down, I'm kind of surprised that when you were given the layup to say, no, actually me saying that I didn't want to win the game was strategical. That was such a layup. All you had to do was just say that it was strategy, but you doubled down on it. I'm really baffled. I know that it's early in the morning, but I'm kind of confused on what's going on here. With that being said, it is quite obvious that we were all in an alliance and we kind of just stuck with each other for a very long time. I tried all season long to make moves, but I couldn't get the people to do it. So please don't take credit for the Oxy blindside, because that was about 4 tribals in the making for me. But irregardless, what I need to know from you two is, what was a moment in the game where you tried to do something, and you've been asked a question similar to this and didn't answer it. So this is the next opportunity to answer this correctly. When were you ever at a point having your back against the wall and you had to fight out of a hole? Because it seems like we were kind of just in a cushy little alliance and we didn't have to make a lot of moves. So when did either of you go out of your way to start making those moves, planting those seeds, and changing the game for yourself? Because the Oxy move was not one of those moments. Give me something different.
I would just like to preface that when I brought up I was surprised my name wasn't targeted, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I was, when Panda got voted out, I didn't really think my name was out there because I haven't heard it. Was that the case?
Your name was out there, yes.
Okay. I was really surprised that it wasn't. And so that's more interesting to hear because I didn't end up racking a vote. But votes where I put myself out there, I would certainly say that I did have to go through Final Four with my back against the wall. The first thing I told you was that, hey, we're going to fire. So I basically instantly told you that I was voting for you. And then, when I got into a call with Andy basically said, hey, Jeff, I'm nervous about going up against you in the final 2. And then I just had to spend the rest of that round trying to convince her to take me. And it was pretty hard to do. I'm not going to lie. And so with the type of game that, I played, I did play very hidden. I did play, and, I made good moves, but they were hidden. And so I was really only able to be targeted towards the end, realistically, because I did have a lot of people around me in my corner. And so when I didn't really have any of those people anymore, and I had to fight with my back against the wall, I talked my way out of it.
Andy, what do you got?
Okay, I had 2 choices. One was to vote out you and go with Jefferson and Pokepat, and one was to vote out Jefferson and to go with you two. So you were telling me Jefferson had told us both final 2, and that he was probably playing us both. And right. Jefferson was telling me that wasn't true, and I just had his word to take it. But it ultimately came down to strategy, because if I had thought ahead, final 3, if I voted Jefferson off, it would be Pokepat, you, and me. And Pokepat's gonna win that, first of all. And you and I going final 2, that was never gonna happen, honestly. I don't think either of us would have won a challenge. Especially that final 3 challenge. Don't take offense to that. We both know that neither of us are strong challenge players.
I'm not gonna take offense to that. I was probably the worst challenge player ever.
I was pretty bad too. But Pokepat was gonna win that, and I had no guarantee that Pokepat would take me. He might have taken you. And even if he did take me, then final 2, I would have no chance against Pokepat. Pokepat was, first off, he was the only Syringo player to make it all the way to the end. He had an incredible story. He was an incredible challenge player. He had to fight his way tooth and nail out of every single tribal council. There's no way I was winning against him. So the question was, did I want a guaranteed 3rd place? And even if I did make it to 2nd, then I would have no shot at winning. Or did I want a guaranteed 2nd place with at least a little bit of shot at winning? At that point, it's just numbers and common sense, because there was no way that you and I could make it to Tribal, which would have been either of our best shot, but it wasn't going to happen because Pokepat was in the mix. Does that make sense?
No, I agree. I will throw the famous quote back out there. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So I guess that's really all. I'll leave at that. Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Stevie G. Last but not least, Pokepat, you're up.
Jeffels, Allison, congratulations on making the final 2, first of all. I think you guys should be very proud of it, and I want you to own that tonight, and that's really what I'm looking for. Survivor is a very selfish game, but I feel like both of you played very selfless, heroic games, but that's not what I want to hear about. I want to hear how you made a decision for you and for your game. and something that was selfish and that was gonna get you to the end because you wanted to win. And I want to hear the intent behind this selfish move or selfish gameplay, because that's really what you need in order to earn my jury vote tonight.
Best move that I can think of to answer this question is actually the move I was just talking about, Final Four. That move was not for Jefferson. I did not play that way to save him. I played that way to save myself. I could have gone with Stevie and you, but I chose not to. Not because I wanted to save Jefferson from getting voted out, because I was thinking about voting him out. He was a threat. He was someone who was dangerous. I was scared of him, but I chose to keep him in because he would have taken me further than you and Stevie might have.
I did play this entire game with, my own success in mind, as much as I wanted to see the people around me succeed, because that is what's going to happen when you have an entire cast full of people that I would, love to talk to outside of the game. Is that there is no one really that I wanted to, see crash and burn. And so at that point, I played my game just with my heart, but I did do many things that were in my own best interest, in terms of both positioning, in terms of both just, making good moves. And, I convinced a lot of people to use their own resources in things that would work out in my favor while keeping my own cards close to me. I found an idol in the first 2 seconds of the game. And despite the fact that it was not, that it was talked about a lot, and that I was, asked by it a lot, not even Andy knew about that idol until the final 5. And, I was social with many of the castaways, and I learned a lot of information, as a result. And despite being objectively threatening to multiple people, since I do think that in order for a lot of the people sitting on that jury, at some point their best move would involve eliminating me. And I did a lot more than people give me credit for. And it is unfortunately it's a bit frustrating when I am kind of being just thrown against a wall with some of these where, I'm trying to answer the questions to the best of my ability, but, it's not what people are looking for, because it's very hard for me to say that I did some extremely bombastic, everyone noticed it thing, when doing that kind of thing would have gotten me voted out with how much of a threat I was. And so I had to pull strings to get people to do what I wanted. I had to even do those things myself. And despite being an objectively very threatening person, Andy said it herself, it was never realistic for people to take a shot at me because of my own positioning. I did that for myself, because I do want to win this game. I did not sign up for this game just to sit here and quit at the end and say that, oh, I was only here for fun. No, I came to win. I did come to have fun as well. I came, I said this in so many of my confessionals, I want to make people smile, I want to make people feel good talking to me, I want to uplift people. But that does not mean throwing away my own chance at winning in order to butter up these people. Since if I do that, that's not really playing the game. It's just kind of throwing for people. And so I did play for myself. And I'm not ashamed in saying that. And I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, jury, for asking your questions. With that, we're going to close off with speeches. Since Jeffels went first last time, Andy, you're up.
I don't have very much more to say, but the reason I signed up for this was to make this fun for myself, people I play with, and the people that watch. And I believe that I've accomplished that, so I'm happy with whatever decision you make. And I appreciate your time, I appreciate your questions. Your questions were all amazing, and some of them were really hard. And that's your job, so I really appreciate it. So thank you. You all were incredible to play with.
Thank you, Andy. Jeffels, you're up.
Before I kind of close off, there was something that I wanted to say that I'm surprised this did not get brought up. But I do have something I want to say, particularly to Stevie. And this is about, the Final Four. And I don't really know if you meant what you said. I don't really know about any of that. But I just wanted to tell you that, I was sad after losing Final Four, because I felt like I had let you and Andy down after we talked for so long about being the final 3, and I absolutely refused to end on such a note. Since Andy ended up saving me that vote, me feeling like I was about to go home is almost disingenuous to you too, since I know, Andy ended up keeping me for sure, but only you know for sure if you would have, but that's not the point here. The point of this is that, I'm a fighter, and up until this point, the votes have been in my hands since I've been playing a huge role in orchestrating the plans each round. And that was the only time that I did not have at least some form of control over this merge, and I did not want to be sent home by you or Andy because it felt like a whimper. I didn't want to go out like that. And so, I was really grappling with myself during that round, and because of it, I really didn't communicate my frustrations with you. And you didn't deserve that, so I apologize, and I just want to make it clear that if there was one thing that I was for every second of this game, it was authentic. You sign up, if you sign up for this game, you sign up to play chess and you're playing checkers, you're not playing the game you signed up for. Like, at that point, what are you doing? But, that paired alongside how surprised I felt at how much just losing a challenge at Final Four upset me was enough for me to really just sit down and realize that, I do want to win. I want to win this game too. Winning isn't everything. That is true. But I have a competitive spirit. I have a competitive soul, and I want to win this game too. And I want to be up there with my allies. I don't want to be the person that falls short right at the end, just shy of accomplishing, something great. I didn't want to be the guy that just gave up when my initial vision of the Final Three was no longer able to be realized. And so, I got back up. I stopped feeling down about myself, and I did what I needed to do, despite the flack that I may have gotten for it. I got back up, and I, won that last challenge. I accomplished both of my goals, was to give myself a shot to win, and also do so next to my number one ally. And it ended up circling back to one thing, which was trust. And when Andy needed to trust that it was her best move to keep me in the game, she did. When I needed to trust her that she would see that, we did. And when I needed to win that final 3 to keep myself in the game, I did. And so I also had a plan for myself. And in every scenario, and whenever I went to Tribal Council, I was always making sure my bases were covered. I was constantly, keeping ups with my relationships with people. And I was factoring, threat levels, webs of alliances, my path forwards, really. And while also utilizing the fact that I could win challenges to, further improve my positioning. But if it took all of the stuff to happen towards the end that wasn't very, that was more solemn, to allow me to say this to you, with full confidence, then I'm glad it did happen. And, I can safely say that I played my own game that was both loyal, but dynamic from start to finish. And I can tell you for a full fact that I do want to win. And all of you have been great to play with. Thank you for playing with me. And I really have nothing else to say. So just thank you for making this great.
All right. And with that wraps up Final Tribal Council. However, the power is now shifted to the jury. The people that you decided to vote off will now vote for one of you with the title of Sole Survivor. So let's get things started. J1, you're up.
Andy did way better at Final Tribal than him. He was kind of like attacking the jury even, like, damn.
I'm not voting for the person I think should win. It's more of a vote for who I think deserves to lose the least.
You lost the game at the Final Four.
As much as I don't want you to win, I'm voting the way I think is the least bitter, because I'm not a bitter buddy, so yeah.
I think it's very clear off of that Final Tribal Council that one person was playing the game and the other person was just kind of here.
I have the votes, but unfortunately for you guys, I will not be reading them here. I'll see you all back in the States where I'll read the votes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I have the votes. But before I read them, I just want to thank the cast, production, and the viewers. Thank you, everybody. This season was a ton of fun throughout the entire process, and I'm glad that everyone enjoyed it as well. So, with that out of the way, it is now time to finally reveal the winner of Minecraft Survivor Celestial West. Andy, Jeffles, I will now read the votes. First vote, Jeffles. Jeffles. That's 2 votes for Jeffles, 5 votes left. Jeffles. And the winner of Minecraft Survivor Celestial West, Jeffles. Congratulations. Congratulations, Jeffles. Once again, I want to thank the production team, the cast, and more importantly, you guys for watching this season. You guys are the fuel to the fire as to why I want to keep doing this series, so thank you. And for any of those who are curious, the votes are on the screen right now. It was a clean sweep. Every single member of the jury voted Jeffles to win the game. Once again, thank you everyone for popping out and watching this season. I really appreciate it. So with that, I'll see you next time.